Greetings loyal subscribers and honoured guests. Over a year ago I did a sort of pilot series of First Look Fridays videos where I would play a game for the very first time myself from my Steam library or up on my various consoles, and play it for about an hour or maybe two at the most, and then put together a little video like this one where I would share my first impressions of the game. And I enjoyed doing these even though they didn't get particularly high views or anything, so I'm going to do another series of them this year, maybe for a longer stint than just the 6 episodes last time. So without further ado, I'm going to get started on this episode. So for this one I have chosen a fairly recent release called Minishoot Adventures. This came out last week, I believe, in full access anyway. There's been a demo out for quite a while. And what this game is a combination of a sort of top-down Zelda style game where you roam the overworld and you gain new abilities and then go into dungeons, defeat bosses and get more hearts to be able to progress further and repeat the process. So yeah, and it's combined with a twin stick shooter. I first encountered this game when I put in my super rare mixtape volume 4, I believe it was, and the demo of it was on there, and it caught my eye because the description said it reminded the curator of that mixtape USB device of Pixel Shoot. Yeah, was it? No, Pixel Junk Shooter Ultimate on the PlayStation 4, I think it was, and the PSP or the Vita, which I used to play and really enjoyed. But to be honest with you, other than the sort of aesthetics a little bit, this game isn't really anything like Pixel Junk Shooter, because it isn't a game where you're flying about and with gravity affecting you, a bit like Gravitar or Thrust on older systems, if you're familiar with those. But it's it's literally just a Zelda game with twin stick combat where you pilot a little ship around, and it's got very nice high-res 2D art, as you can see, and that's literally where you get your cannon right at the beginning of the game and you can start destroying and making progress. So there'll be lots of other little drone ships with red bits on them denoting they're evil, they've been corrupted by something. And you do have your hearts, much like Zelda. You start off with 3, but unlike Zelda, you do earn experience, which is the little red crystals that are dropping out of enemies, and every time you fill up that little container in the top left full of crystals, then you earn a level, and you can go into a skill tree and buy various things. You'll see in a little while. In fact, I'm going to skip ahead closer to where it's actually... Oh, here we go. So it's probably not going to take long after I've collected all this stuff here and maybe killed 1 or 2 enemies that I'll level up for the first time. There it goes. So yeah, you can see it pops and there's a little animation, and now you can press Y, I believe, to get into this menu, and so you can buy things like damage, bullet speed, fire range, critical hit chance, lots of stuff like that. And in the early going I found that shot length was a good one to go for, because your default shot is not very long at all, so that will allow you to reach further away enemies. And now throughout the map there are other sort of downed ships like this one, which are good guys, and you rescue them, you release them from crystals or defeat bosses to rescue them, and then they go back to your main sort of village area or hub, and they'll do various things for you. And this one will sell you a gun upgrade if you get 5 of those larger coin things there, which drop from more difficult enemies. It won't take long to get the first 5 for that first upgrade though. And then a little bit further in, you'll find another down ship which will unlock more things on the map for you. First you'll find the map, then you'll get the guy, and then you go back, and then he'll fill in small details on your map, such as where caves are. There's one of those bigger coins there from that tougher enemy. Here's the map, and hopefully there we go. The map opens up. At the moment there aren't any other sort of ships in distress on there, but they do get added at some point, I believe. But that purple thing there, as you might have guessed, is the first dungeon. So I'm going to show off some of the first dungeon before I conclude this video. But I don't want to make this too long. I'm going to stick to half an hour at the most for these probably. But I'm going to try and aim for probably closer to 20 minutes, to be honest with you. But if these videos need to be longer, then I'll make them a little bit longer. So we're getting more of those bigger coins now. We've got 4 from this encounter and another level. So it won't be too much longer before I can go back and buy that better cannon, which is just double shot and slightly more powerful. But like I say, there's also attack power as an option in the skill tree. And that blue cube thing there is an ability, but you often get locked into these combat arenas until you've cleared them, and then you get your whatever ability it was. I think in this case it's a dash, which allows you to hop over those ramps that you can see on the screen and advance further into the levels and unlock more stuff. So yeah, so it's the very traditional kind of 2D Zelda mechanics, probably best shown off by A Link to the Past. That's my personal favourite anyway, of any Zelda, 3D included. I know many people disagree with me, but that's my own personal Zelda preference. And arguably the 2D Zelda has never got any better than that, although people do like Link's Awakening, but I never quite got into it as much as A Link to the Past. So yeah, I've got my dash ability now. I believe these blue sort of dandelion things refill your dash. You've got enemies in the water shooting at you there, and now I've unlocked access to the first dungeon. So I think before I go in there though, I do a bit more exploration, because I want to get the 5th coin thing to go back and get my weapon upgrade before I go into the dungeon, because we're so close anyway. I think those blue crystals slowly refill your health, so yeah, I haven't quite got enough there. Let me have a look. So this is, I've gone into one of the random caves scattered around the map to try and find that last bit of currency that I was looking for. And I'm not doing very well here. I'm almost dead. Can't remember if this is a case where I did die. I think I do actually. And then you just get sent back to the main village. Am I going to make it? I'd hope so. It's not that difficult now. And yeah, get a bit of health back, but it didn't actually open up that door, so that didn't get me very much really. Here's more overworld exploration. Oh, there's where I died for the first time. And that's me getting back to where I was going. Yeah, I think down here somewhere is where I get the last coin to be able to buy that upgrade. Is it from one of these bush guys? Let's see when I manage to kill this one. Nope. Another level up. A secret cave. Oh, yeah, this is the guy that unlocks the details on the map that I was talking about. So yeah, this is back at the village, and now I'm going to talk to him and fill in the other stuff from that map fragment that I was talking about. And this will give you clues as to where other powers are, and stuff like buildings and caves that might contain useful stuff. But now I think I'm going to try and skip on to the dungeon gameplay. This is it actually. I'm a little way into the dungeon, so it's your fairly typical Zelda style dungeon where you go down the paths available to you and find keys and then go further and further in until you release another ability. Unlock another ability, which in this case is one that lets you sort of warp over short gaps in the stones, and then you find the main boss key, and you end up fighting against a big baddie, which I shall show off before we finish. But let's just watch some more dungeon exploration. The controls, I have to say, are very good, although I'm making a bit of a hash of it here. But it's if you've played anything like Geometry Wars, or there's the fifth and final thing I was looking for. So I actually get it after I've finished this dungeon. Actually, thought I had it before, but turns out not. But yeah, if you're used to anything like Geometry Wars or other twin stick shooters, then this controls very similarly, where it's very responsive and you can move with the left stick and aim with the right, as you would hope. Let's see what I buy this time. And you can see in the middle there I'm slowly sort of building up abilities, but there's a whole load of other things on the right which I've got no idea what they are at the moment, because it looks like there's a fair amount of stuff. I think there's at least 4 dungeons from what I've seen after you beat this first one, but I'm not sure if there's yet more after that, because in Link to the Past you think there's 3 dungeons to start with, and when you beat those there's another 7 sort of added to your map. So this might do the same thing, or it might just be a shorter, smaller scope game. I'm not sure really, but anyway, while we're watching me go through the dungeon a bit more, I'll just touch on the price a little bit and the format. So this is currently only on Steam. I don't know if there's any other plans to get it on Switch or the other consoles, but I don't see why it wouldn't work very well on those. So it may be the plan to bring it out on the consoles as well. And at the moment there's a bit of a discount for sort of early purchases. It's about 10% off. So it's about £11 to buy the game at the moment. There's one of the keys I was looking for. And yeah, so I've got locked into another combat encounter. The game does this quite a lot, but it's still quite good fun. Yeah, and you get bigger, tougher enemies. And as you can see, as you shoot them, they get darker and darker in colour, denoting that they're almost dead. So it's a range of different enemy types, ones that will shoot back at you and ones that actually try and hit you with their bodies instead by ramming into you and whatnot. So I think I'm going to skip ahead again a bit closer to the end boss fight. And there's a bit of bullet hell style stuff in here as well, as you can see from some of the bullet waves that are come out. But at this early stage at least, it's nothing too taxing, but I could see it potentially getting fairly hairy later on, but I'll have to see. But yeah, I have really been enjoying my time with this game so far. Here's something that's a bit more sort of bullet hell style, but still is fairly slow and easy to navigate if you go around the right way. So let's go to the final boss now, actually, which I failed my first attempt, I think, but I can't remember if this is my second attempt or if this is my failed attempt. This might be my failure, actually, because as we join the action, I've almost lost already. And it would not surprise me if this is the one where I die. There's about 4 or 5 phases to this boss. As you can see, I've already damaged it a little bit and it's changed phase. Here's another one. So yeah, this is a bit more difficult, but you've got your dash to help you get out of tricky situations, hopefully. I'm not sure if I actually make use of it. I think I do. And yeah, it's here where having levelled up your bullet reach. Oh, that's where I failed. Yeah, it's here where having levelled up your bullet reach is actually helpful. So let's skip back to that fight. Let's go from the beginning, and then after I defeat this boss is where I shall call it for this video. But yeah, if you like what you see, there is actually the demo still available, I think, on Steam, and it's a very generous demo. It covers all of this first dungeon and more, with plenty of overworld exploration as well. So it's more than enough to let you know if you're gonna get into it, really. And then, yeah, if you want to purchase it, then yeah, you should go for it. But one other thing I should mention before I forget is that I have played this on my Steam Deck and it works at 100% without any problems, even though it's too early for it to be sort of registered as officially supported on Steam Deck. Yeah, there's nothing there really that will tax it, and you should get pretty good battery life playing it as well, even on 60 frames per second. So yeah, I think, is this the same phase? Yeah, this is the same attack phase that we were at last time, but I'm doing a much better job of it this time. I haven't got hit yet, but yeah. So I can't wait to see really what other powers you get access to further in, and what sort of other boss fights and things you get eventually. As you can see there, when you level up, your ship sort of does a sort of explosion type thing of energy, which does kill any enemies in proximity to you and destroys bullets. So that can be quite a clutch thing if you manage to level when you're in the middle of a dangerous fight, and you can wipe out with your level up energy. So I've managed to defeat him this time. So yeah, you get an extra heart container, I believe, and then the next dungeon gets added to the overworld map, and you can see, I think it's 4 places where there's are dungeon skull things in your inventory. So there's at least 4, but I wouldn't be surprised if there are more. There we go, there's the initial 4 at least. So yeah. Is it going to show the overworld map now? No. I can't remember if I look at it or not. But I'm going to go back and buy that upgrade now, I think. And then after I've done that, I shall just say goodbye. So yeah, thank you for watching if you have. I've kind of lost interest in making videos about games that everyone's talking about, like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth or Zelda or what have you. I'd rather make videos about smaller games like this that very few people are talking about. I know John Riggs has covered this one, but other than that, I haven't seen anyone talking about it yet. So yeah, if I help to get the word out in any way, then I'm quite happy with that. But I shall say goodbye now. Hope to see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this, and leave a like if you enjoyed it. But yeah, see you on the next one.